What's up everybody, this is Lee Maurice, and Forge just released on Steam yesterday, but a lot of people haven't heard of it or don't know what it's all about. So I'm going to do a quick video sort of explaining what Forge is all about. I've been here since Alpha, so I know a little bit more than some of the new people, but yeah. So first off, Forge is an MMO shooter. It's sort of a mix between, I guess, Smite, Guild Wars 2 SPVP, WoW Arena, something like that. It's just pure PvP. So here in the level up screen, you can see the 5 different classes we have so far. We have Assassin, Pathfinder, Pyromancer, Shaman, and Warden. And they're pretty self-explanatory. I'll explain a little bit more about each of them here in a little bit. But they do plan to eventually have 12 total classes, and the Ravager will be coming out here pretty soon, probably in the next month or two maybe. They haven't set a specific release date, so that could change, but it's going to be a melee bruiser. I think axe and swords maybe. I don't know, that could all change. So anyways, while we're here in the level up screen, as you play on any class you gain experience, but you can choose which class to level up. And one of the premises of Forge is that you play and you get more variety but not necessarily more power. So you can, even a level 1 can easily be a level 99 as long as you have the skill. There's no like massive damage upgrades or anything like that. All these customization points, which I can show you here, you actually have to decrease from one stat, like say decrease my spiritual armor, which has to do with shamans, to increase say my energy pool or my speed, which on my assassin you can see I've decreased my spiritual armor, which is from shamans because I don't really get hit by that too much, and I've increased my speed. So also my titles here, not that that really matters, but there's my total experience earned, but I've dumped all my experience into assassin. I'm still not sure which one I really want to main, so I'm kind of holding off on the rest of it. But when you first hop into Forge, the first thing you want to do is the tutorial. It's required before you can play, and I'll hop in here real quick just to show you what it's all about. The different things are sort of class specific. You get slightly different tutorial training tooltips and stuff depending on what class you choose, but you only need to do it on one class to be able to be allowed to play in a normal match. So you just attack these statues. I've started movement ability training, and yeah, it's a very useful tutorial, especially for new players, very step by step, and I definitely encourage you. I guess it's required, so I won't really go through all this. I just wanted to show you what it is all about. And also this map here, this arena, is going to end up being one of the arena maps, which I did not mention before, but arena is a priority for the devs, and that should be coming here in the next patch or two. So this game is definitely going to be ready for competitive gameplay. Alright, so that's that. Quick play is obviously where you play. All these are grayed out for now, but eventually you will be able to choose, and also there will eventually be rentable servers. I don't know if they'll be completely player run or just rented, but that is something that's coming in the future. Here you can choose your region, pretty self-explanatory. If you can't get a match on one of your regions, you might try hopping onto America and see if you can get a match there, because it's pretty popular. There's also play here, which you won't use too much, but you can join a specific player by their name. Like I could type in Rethink, say, and it would join me to a server if there's room on that server. Community features aren't really in yet. Guild and friends will be coming later, though once you're actually in a match, if you bring up the scoreboard, and I'll do that here real quick, you can click on a player's name and add them as a Steam friend. Let me join a random team, spawn as assassin. Just left click here, view Steam profile, or add as friend, which is really cool. There's also in-game voice, which I think by default it's left control, and you can't really customize that yet, but that will be coming in the future. Redeem code, not sure what that is. I assume that's how you'll be able to redeem special skins and stuff in the future, maybe. Not entirely sure. Settings, a couple things to point out. You can change the field of view here. The max is 110, minimum's 80, so that's kind of nice. I like mine at about 100. Also, there for input, the controls, you can set keybinds by class. So some people have been wondering about that, but that is in this game. Let's see, anything else interesting in here? I don't think so. Other than this ND slider, if you're having performance issues and you've turned everything else down, you can drag this slider down too, and that might improve your performance a little bit. Alright, well now I'm going to hop into a match and do some actual gameplay. explaining a little bit about each of the classes. So, random team. We'll start as Assassin. I don't think this is a capture the relic map or round, so it's straight up team deathmatch, but there is multiple modes and more will be coming in the future. Assassin is really the hit and run type class, obviously, sort of like Rogue. You do have essentially perma-stealth, but people can still target you in stealth if they just predict where you are, or if you get hit by a random arrow or pyro or something like that. So you have to be careful about your positioning. They also have this Shadow Leap ability, which I'll use here, that can go through walls, so I can go straight to an enemy like boom, and then stun them, say. Also have my number 4 ability, Shadow Shift, which brings them into a Shadow Realm where it's just the enemy and me, and it also slows them, which is very nice for picking out shamans to keep them away from healing their teammates for a short period of time. Allows your teammates to focus on the other enemy teammates and finish them off without shamans interfering with their heals. Let's see. We also have Puncture, which is a number 3 ability, one of Assassin's main damage abilities, and I'll use it here. It's a bleed and a slow, and you can put, I think, up to 3 stacks on them. And then the M1 for all classes actually gives you mana, your resources there. The middle bar over here, I'm going to hover over that resource bar. If you successfully hit an enemy, like, let's see if I can hit the warden. Come on. There we go. You see it increased my resources a little bit for every hit, which is very, very useful in energy management. You have to use it to play well. Also, since I didn't really show that before, if you hold left alt, you get this really nice tutorial mode where you can hover over basically any element of the game and it explains what it is, including the skills, which is really awesome. And this bar here, the determination bar under the resource bar, actually, whenever you're stunned or CC'd, it fills up. Let's see if I can get hit by a stun here. I might die. Well, anyways, if you keep repetitively getting hit by stuns, that fills up and then you can't be stunned anymore. It's to prevent pure stun locks, which is very frustrating and annoying for everyone. I'm about to die using my smoke bomb, so he's going to miss some attacks. Oh, maybe he still got me because I'm a failure. I guess that's a really quick overview of Assassin. Number 5 is a very useful ability, the stun, and also with that stun, the next attack the enemy uses, they will miss. And I'll explain about blocking here real quick, but let me switch to Pathfinder. Every class can block, and you simply hold right click by default to block attacks. Though if you hold it straight down, just non-stop, hoping to be a tank, that won't work. You'll eventually start taking more damage with blocking, so you kind of have to let go and reblock. But the problem with that is that your max resources down here, I don't know if you can see, decreases, so you can end up running out of resources really quick. So Pathfinder's your range DPS class. He's got a bind here. See if I can use it on Assassin. There we go. Number 7. My keybinds are different, by the way, if you guys hadn't noticed already, but because I have a Razor Naga, so they're still in the same order, though you can rebind it, obviously. Let me hop in here and show you a healing shrine. There's no personal heals other than with the shaman, who has their own personal regen ability, and they can also heal others. But there are healing shrines throughout the map that you can run into and gain some health back. So, see, number 2 is Poison Arrow. Maybe go find someone to fight, or maybe even kill. Come to daddy. Actually, one of my favorite abilities, I'm going to show this off here in a second. You can use it to teleport yourself or enemies. I mean, teleport your allies or enemies. So you're going to go stealth here. And now I can target one of these guys. Nice. That was really bad because we were so close, but I switched locations with them, which can be very useful for low health teammates. You can actually pull them out of a dangerous situation to your area so that they can survive. And it's also useful for pulling in enemies into a team fight. Like, say the enemy's hesitating and initiating on you guys, or they're just being scrubs. You can teleport them into a team fight and then gank them. So that's pretty cool. Pathfinders also have a blind, number 5 ability. Let's see if I can find the guy. Alright, he's dead already. But yeah, that's a quick look at the Pathfinder. I may do more detailed videos on this in the future if any of you guys are interested in it.
I could have killed you easily.
Let's see, we'll switch to Pyromancer here real quick.
I was late, bro.
Committed suicide. Also, looking at these stats, rankings and that kind of stuff will be coming in the future. I think maybe with the arena patch, but that is sort of a priority for them. It gives players a more long-term-ish goal to play against. That way you can form teams and whatnot. And here I am playing as the Pyromancer, the mage class. Got a lot of different abilities, but one of the coolest ones is this Flame Burst. You can basically rocket jump. And I know that's convinced a lot of people to buy the game. I have a couple comments on some earlier videos, people saying that as soon as they saw that rocket jump, they bought the game. Which is also a good time to bring up wall jumping. Every class in the game can wall jump. You just bounce up against the wall, and it's very useful for escaping tough fights, though it does use resources. You know, I'll show that again in case you missed that. Same with just regular jumping. If you repeatedly jump, it takes more and more resources. So you got to use it wisely. Let's see if I can knock that guy back with my Molten Bolas. Put some damage on him. My number 2 is a slow. If I can hit him, try to block his attacks. I actually need to activate my Burning Armor. Should have done that earlier, but every time he attacks me, he takes damage. And I'm about to die. Yeah. He got his Pantera's Curse on me with punctures, which means it does extra damage. Now we'll switch over to Shaman, the healing class. I'm not really playing for serious business. Otherwise I'd actually try to kill people and not die. But the Shaman is the healing / buffing class. Your first ability here, you can put up to 3 stacks on enemies, or not enemies, allies, and it heals them over time. As you can see, he's getting ticks of healing. Then we also have this Dome of Protection ability, which prevents projectiles from going through it, and while you're in it, any heals done actually heal the dome to keep the dome's health up. So if you want to heal teammates, you gotta hop out, heal them. They also have this number 4 ability, which is like a close range AoE heal. And also the first ability gives you mana just like every other class. Very useful for resource management. Number 3 makes you like an anti-gravity field, useful for getting away from assassins or people trying to chase you down. Number 5 is a greater heal, which actually does extra heals if you combine it with number 7, which is a damage buff, and it also gives stacks on the enemy, which I don't know if you could tell, but that little icon by his name, he's got 5 stacks, so if I heal him with number 5, he'll get some extra heals on it. So you really got to know your abilities and use them at the right times to maximize your effectiveness, which is going to be really awesome in arena gameplay. Number 6 is a self-heal, self-regeneration over time. Not that strong, and it does take a lot of mana, so you got to use it preemptively, but also at the right times. So let's a quick look at the Shaman. And finally, the Warden. I killed myself. Also, K, commit suicide in case you get stuck. Actually, there's also P, a button that will get you unstuck if you get stuck on the terrain. And there's also a Spectator mode, which I'll show off after this Warden. Warden is your tank class, buff class, and rush into these guys with my stun. Number 2, Vengeance. It gives you different stacks based on how many allies are in the area, and then it also improves the effectiveness of your auras, which number 8, as you can see, just increased my max health to 1,150 instead of 1,000. Number 3 is an AoE stun. Let's see if I can. I don't have enough mana for it. I need to attack someone real quick. Cake. There's my stun. Hit him with it. You can hit multiple enemies with it. And then they have the most fun ability in the game. Spin to win! Yeah! Actually does damage for all those spinning, so you can pin someone into a corner and do some major damage. Also, number 6 is another buff ability. Increases your speed. As you can see, I got the animated wings on me. And I'm about to die. Number 7 is a hunker down, almost invincibility move. Very useful when you're in a sticky situation waiting for a friendly shaman to heal you up. And spin to win, get out of here. See if I can get this healing shrine. There we go. You can actually combine the rush with the spin to win move. Let's see if I can get some mana and show that off once my abilities come off a cooldown. Alright, spin to win. And let's see, rush. Oh, that's... Whoa, I'm glitching. There are still some bugs that need to be worked out. Performance and audio is being worked on. A lot of features are coming soon, so keep an eye out on that. It has improved a lot since alpha and beta, which is very nice to see, especially for an indie developer with limited time and resources. Well, I guess any developer has limited time, but alright, that's a quick look at all the classes. Let's actually spectate also the two teams that are zealous and devoted. There's some interesting lore there, but who's in Forge for the lore? We're here for the PvP. So here's the free roaming spectator mode. There's improvements to this coming in the future. There's a lot of stuff coming. The devs are very active. Patches are pretty frequent. I think so far we've had one like once every week or 2 weeks or 3 weeks. Pretty active. They also respond a lot on the forums. So if you have any issues or stuff like that, post on the forums or create a support ticket and they will get back to you. Also, a lot of us veterans, beta and alpha people are very helpful. Love to help people enjoy this game because it's something we're pretty passionate about. Been looking for a game like this for a long time. Alright, well, I guess that's, I don't know what that guy's doing. What's my ping at? 235, that's probably what's, yeah, my ping's all crazy right now. My connection over here is not too good, but the game does run pretty well, even with high ping, it's playable. Not sure what's going on down there. The dynamic lights is making things look pretty crazy, but alright, there are, I think, 2 other maps currently. Well, let's see. Capital Sewers, this map, Emil's Throne, 3 other maps, I think. And more will be coming, more modes to Capture the Relic is basically Capture the Flag, but pretty much now everyone just does Team Deathmatch, even on Capture the Relic maps, so. Alright. I guess that is my quick, not really quick, but overview of Forge. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, let me know. I'll try to answer them as quickly as possible. This game is really pretty awesome. Loving the indies, loving TB promoting this game back in the beta or alpha that got it green-lighted on Steam. So, yeah, give this game a shot. Also, there's a buy one, get one free going on right now. So, if that's something you're interested in, pick this game up. Liberis, out.